Hi Sagittarius, it's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have another cool tarot reading. We hope you guys are all well. Let's get right into it. And my eyes are closed and I have 12 cards in front of me. These are the signs, the 12 signs. So I'm going to close my eyes and pull a card, and let's see if we can come up with a little theme here based on the astrology. Let's see what we have for you guys, Sagittarius. And we have the Taurus card. Okay. So Taurus is about money. It's about building something of lasting value. Yes, it is very like a resourceful energy. Yeah, and this can be, this can be about, this is the ruling planet is Venus here, so it can be about love. It can be about relationships as well. Taurus is not really about love, but since Venus is the ruler, it could be about that too. And this is about your money. Yeah, it is about your money and your work. And any type of finances as well that are, that are important. And it's about your self-worth as well. Taurus is about the resources that you have within you to sustain you, like your self-worth. All right. So let's see what kind of happens in this reading. Take what fits and leave the rest out, Sagittarius. They're general readings. If you want your own, I'll talk a little bit about that after we're done with the oracle spread. Let's see what we have here. We're using the native spirit cards today. We have Spirit Keeper of the West, and this card wanted to come out. It seems Prayer Feather. Let's see what else. And we have Spirit Keeper of the East. All right, keeping the East and the West together. Look at that, right? And that is the most beautiful combination, really, because it just is kind of, right? Because why do I say that, though? The East is, when we keep the East in mind, the East is about our intuition, our karma, right? The universe and things like that. And the West has gotten away from that, right? That's, yeah, and that is kind of, but, we're here doing this, right? We are. So, that can kind of be very helpful. Let's move this up here in order to kind of co-create with the universe, right? And yeah, let's move these here and let's see what else we have. And yeah, we're using the Shaman's cards as well. So we have the Wall, Obstacles, and the Whale Song, Resonating, and we have Lay of the Land, Ancestral Wisdom. I was just talking about wisdom, really, because I was talking about trusting in the universe, right? And that is a very wise thing. The Wall is the obstacles here. It looks like somebody had a wall, but let's look at the Spirit Keeper cards first. Spirit Keeper of the West, and see what they have to say here. And, the East is there. That'll be easy. Yeah, okay. The East is about new beginnings. A fresh cycle is occurring in your life. Wipe the slate clean. It's now time to release the old and start again. No matter what has happened in the past, it doesn't need to repeat in the future. Yeah, and today I will be uploading the Sagittarius horoscope for the Scorpio new moon, and it was basically kind of talking about, new beginnings for you. Could be Sagittarius, but check that out. I will pin it at the top of the comments if you'd like to see that video. Your horoscope, right? And this is talking about, don't let things in the past repeat, kind of, or things that, things like whatever's happened in the past, it doesn't have to happen now. In other words, this can be telling you to trust in the future, right? And like things of the past that didn't work out, maybe, just that doesn't have to repeat itself. Yeah, and the Wall is here. And the Wall is some type of obstacle that maybe that you don't like. You could be letting it go, or somebody could, right? Because these are usually love readings. But this Spirit Keeper of the East is talking about the same thing. Let the wall down, basically. Leave the past behind in some way, right? There's a little bit more nuance than that. I'm sure it is. For you guys individually. Spirit Keeper of the West is transformation, letting go of the old. So we have the same theme going on here. We do. Illumination, harvest, gather your inner resources. And that's what Taurus is about. I mentioned that. I said your resources, your inner resources, your own, your strength, your convictions, The way you value yourself is very important. Taurus is about that, yeah. And if it doesn't feel right, don't go ahead. Trust your heart now. Chaos brings positive change, right? Yeah, almost all change comes out of turmoil. Don't be concerned if there's confusion in your life. It'll all work out. Okay, so this chaos, maybe has to do with this wall that was put up. There's something resonating here, Sagittarius, and the prayer feather is here. Maybe you're saying a prayer, but that might be somebody else here that, I don't know, maybe things didn't work with them or something like that. But the prayer feather can be no matter what an individual is saying or doing, love him or her anyway. All right, that could be hard sometimes, right? It says, love is flowing to you and through you. Gather your inner forces once again, right? Gather your resources, your personal resources. Silently and secretly love deeply and fully with every ounce of your being, even if somebody isn't fulfilling your expectations. Maybe there's somebody here from the past here where the same patterns don't have to repeat. That's how it looks here. And it is kind of telling you that, yeah, it doesn't have to repeat, right? And the whale song is about something that is really resonating with you, or you're resonating with somebody else, yeah. And then we have the lay of the land, ancestral wisdom. Somebody has learned. And when you leave things behind that don't serve you, or you learn from them, right? You learn from the turmoil. This is ancestral wisdom. It can be also... ancestors, grandmothers, and, things like that, helping us. Yeah, it can be very interesting. Yeah. So let's see what we have. And Sagittarius, just one quick moment. Yeah, and so, all right, if you guys want to get a psychic reading with me or a tarot reading, I have a promotional pricing going on, excuse me. Everything's in the description box, and I'm always checking my psychic work for accuracy. And so, yeah, check that out. Yeah, I have a lot of fun readings, and if you ever wanted to get a reading with me, now's the time, right? I also have past life readings. Those are super pivotal and powerful for your growth, your own expansion, for sure. So let's get into this. Mystic Sense has a free 5-minute psychic reading, Sagittarius. So check out the description box below and treat yourself to a reading for your birthday, right? Why not, right? And if you've ever been curious about somebody and get a psychic reading on them, for sure you can, or your own kind of path forward or whatever, right? Yeah, so let's see what we have for you guys, Sagittarius. Everything is below in the description box. Yes, let's see what we got. Don't forget you can watch that astrology reading if you would like. All right, it's just Sagittarius is there alone, so don't worry about timestamps or, other people's energies. You can check that out for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, right? Let's see what we have. And as I said, I'll pin that video at the top of the comments. Okay, the bottom of the deck is the Lovers. I have to cover them. They don't want to get dressed, these people, right? They're too busy having fun. And let's see if we can just straighten this camera just a bit. This is kind of a touchy kind of, I don't know, a little bit. So let's see. Bottom of the deck here with this, with the Lovers, there could be a choice that's made here because somebody is making a choice to leave something behind here, to leave behind, I don't know, a disagreement maybe you had with somebody. It's hard to tell exactly what that is, but there's a lot of wisdom and personal expansion in this reading. You or somebody else is really growing here or has grown. We have ancestral wisdom. And the Lovers, yes, it can be about lovers, but it can be about a choice. And, maybe you're being blessed, Sagittarius. You have Jupiter in your 8th house of intimate relationships. Jupiter is the great benefic. That's your planet, right? And, here is, can be a blessing. Jupiter can bring blessings. And so here is the angel, and she was blessing this couple. So let's see what we have. And we have the Magician, the Death card. The Magician died. Just kidding, guys. The Fool card. His little son's taking over here, the Fool. That's a joke, right? And 9 of Swords. We have the Page of Wands, Knight of Swords, Two of Wands, Six of Cups, Page of Swords, and the Four of Wands. All right, so we see a major transformation up here with these three cards. These are the most important cards here. This is the current energy, this is the crossing energy, or maybe the challenge, or whatever is influencing this, and this is the root and why it's all happening. So the Magician, the Death, and the Fool card are there. So we see a death, and we see a transformation and a death, and we see a new beginning with the Fool. And that's what these cards were talking about, right? Yeah, and the Spirit Keeper of the East is new beginnings. It sure is. And yeah, and so the Magician starts the reading. Maybe there's an Aries here. That's not really clear. Let's move the camera down a little bit so you guys can see the bottom row. And so the Magician, the Death, and the Fool card. All right, what is the Magician? He's alchemizing. He's manifesting his future. That's what he's doing, right? The Death card is there in the challenging aspect, or this, and that is a transformation. So this is a complete change here, and we have a new beginning with the Fool card. And let's get a card on the Death card. We have the Moon with it. Look, we have 4 major arcanas right here. These are the only majors here in the root, and you know why it's all happening here, right? So the Moon here is, it is a little bit about doubts and fears or confusion. And one of the cards was speaking about a little bit of confusion, but just trust. Yes. And so trust in this transformation that either somebody else has made or that you're transforming, Sagittarius, right? The Nine of Swords is here. This is worry. It's worry about this new beginning. The Fool's next to it. Maybe somebody was losing sleep here. Maybe it was a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. I have the Knight of Pentacles coming out. Doesn't have to be, though. Could be somebody who is kind of earthy. Somebody who is, you know, kind of slow and steady. Could be that type of energy. Yeah, maybe a practical type as well. And then Page of Wands is, this is what's on somebody's mind, right? It is. It's a mindset. And we have the Five of Swords with it. Something ends here. And that's what the Death card is indicating over here. Something ends and chaos ends. And it said the chaos will lead to something good here. So this chaos is ending, the Five of Swords. There's a new path here. That's the mindset. And the Knight of Swords is part of this kind of chaos where it can be, it doesn't have to be, but it is somebody who is being aggressive and taking action with the Knight of Wands. And that can be you, possibly, but this is definitely action. And this is in the near future. Something's happening here. This new beginning is being offered to you, or you are the one who is creating it yourself. But in any event, it all looks really beautiful. And, you know, and we have the Two of Wands here. Maybe you were fighting with somebody, possibly Sagittarius, or there could have been third party. There might have been, but whatever chaos is, it's bringing in something very beautiful, right? Two of Wands is the choice with the Three of Pentacles. This is a choice that everything will work out, or that somebody feels like they can work everything out with you, or that you guys really work together well, or you align with each other, right? When we say work, it doesn't mean, you know, because you guys have a business together. No, it doesn't mean that, right? I mean, you may, or you may not, right? But it just means that you're kind of aligning with each other. And here we have, or you're making a decision here, Sagittarius, or a choice. It's usually a choice, though. I haven't seen any King of Swords here, which a choice is really a decision, but it indicates there's two things to pick from. And, you know, with this Five of Swords over here, there's some type of choice to leave something behind. Could be another relationship. That's not really clear, but it is definitely a choice here. And somebody was at a crossroads and in some way, because here's the Nine of Swords and he's worried. So yeah, and so, you know, now we have the Six of Cups, and this may be somebody from your past with the Wheel of Fortune. If it is, this is, you know, in the psyche here, or you're choosing something that's very familiar to you, Sagittarius, letting the chaos go, whatever that is. And learning, because we have ancestral wisdom, and maybe you feel that this is fate and destiny. For you, if it is, whatever it is, it can be still work. It doesn't always have to be love. No, not necessarily. Or some other aspect of your life, a very important one. But the Wheel of Fortune, this could be somebody from the past that feels that you are fate and destiny for them. There's some type of, in this reading, somebody, or you're feeling like you're really aligned with somebody, or they feel like they're aligned with you, or you feel like you are aligning yourself to your work or to a person or a relationship. That's what's going on here. And this is wisdom as well. The Wheel of Fortune has to do with wisdom. That's why these animals are reading the books. They're all reading a book, and we know they can't really read, right? Yeah, there's 3 of them. So we have the Page of Swords, In the Hopes and Fears, Knight of Cups. This is hoping that this love is going to come together, most likely, because the Knight of Cups is usually about love. And yes, it can be about creating something, your creativity, trusting your intuition, you're creating something as well. The cups are about creativity as well. Yeah, they are. And we also have 4 of Wands with Judgment. We're going to cover Judgment. In the potential outcome, this could be a rebirth with somebody, Sagittarius, where you can make a home with them. Could be 4 of Wands, or where maybe you might get married here. But there's definitely security. Something stable is coming for you. All right? Going to end this reading. Thanks so much for joining me here. It's a beautiful reading. Check out the Sagittarius astrology. It will be alone, so you don't have to worry about the other signs and, you got to thumb through or go look at timestamps. No, it's going to be all by itself. You can check that out. I will pin it at the top of the comments for you to click on. Thank you so much, you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. It always helps, because it helps me to keep bringing these videos to you with the YouTube algorithm. And hit the little bell if you want to receive any notifications, my notifications. And also, if you want that promotional pricing, they've been marked down substantially. Check out the description box and book a reading for yourself. Thank you so much, you guys.